I've got this nice wee USA Strat. Main complaint, the bridge is feeling a bit stiff. Straight away you can see the screws are too tight, causing it to sit forward, which, you know, not good. Like, sit forward when it's at more than it should when it's at rest compared to floating. Basically, you tighten those up and let the bridge come forward. It's loosen the springs, I should say, and that should make it feel a lot more loose. There's the click. Right, straight away that feels better. It's a little bit of pull up, but not a lot. So pull it flat, see if there's any screws that need to come up still. So that's held down, you need to come down a little bit. Just this whole kind of balancing act with these things. Obviously you don't really have this problem with the 2-point bridge. Also not enough forward angle either, because the trick to it is, if your high string should go to the F. So it's a wee bit too straight. Anyway, so I'm just going to get the strings off and start cleaning things up. You probably can't see it on camera, but there's a little bit of grime in the saddle, so I'm just going to polish them up. I actually don't want to be using the stuff on the magnet, I just realised that. Don't want to be using the stuff on the magnet because obviously the magnet wants to stick to the bridge. So it's not much, just a quick going over, because you're saying that I think you're saying one of the strings was sounding weird, which is down to the saddle and the nut a lot of the time. Oh, all the time it's going to be one or the other, unless it's a fret. That'll be okay for the plane surface, the bearing surface I should say, where the string actually makes contact. And now it's just going to polish up the frets quickly. I actually found my old tripod. Basically it's the same Pineland tripod that I've been using before, but I'd lost this one, which is why I bought the other one. And I noticed that the spread of the legs is different. This one's a lot more stable. So I think I'm going to be using this one for the foreseeable future. What is this, that polishing compound? Yeah, looks like polishing compound being left at the frets from the factory, so I'll give that a wee wipe down with the lighter fluid, see if it comes up. So obviously you have the lacquer on the outside of the frets, and just the very top of the crown is bare fret. That's the thing I like about things like Strats, the thing I like about USA guitars is they do usually need just a little bit less. There's something about them, I don't know what it is. Right, I'm going to pause here because that's me officially out of shot. I'm going to come back on to the next bit. Whatever this compound or whatever it is, just comes up straight away. Any more? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Come on, just out of shot. Yeah, that wee pile there. Yeah, so that's the, I think it's polishing compound for the factory, so I'm just going to get all that stuff off. Can't remember if I've shown something like this before, but getting right into the sides of the fret, just getting dirt up, old toothbrush, works wonders. That's another quick wee tip for you. Right, just after setting the neck straight. Where's the pencil? So neck straight with a straight edge. Let's see what the nut's doing. Everything's okay there. Low string might be a bit low, but it's not causing issues, so I'd be inclined to leave that. I'm going to clear out and widen these slots though, slightly. Just basically want to take the pencil off the bottom, or whatever the mark is, and then stop. If you're doing this yourself, you can see when that is quite easily just by looking at it. As always, I'm just using the 10 for the first 3 strings because of how weird the widths can be. And then onto the 26 gauge for this one. It's 9s that are going on it, but that's because the option to go to 10s as well without any weird hang-ups and things happening. Like I say, I'm not really going down at all. I'm just more widening. Yeah, it's definitely the 46. Go. And that's a pretty well shaped nut from the factory, so I don't feel a need to go crazy with that. Like say with American stuff, usually find nuts and things are well shaped, but it's really import guitars and things where they cut corners that you find that you need to do a lot of nut work. Make sure these are snug. I think we're ready to pop a fresh set of strings on. Because it's a lacquered maple board, you don't need to oil it. It's really just a case of polishing the frets up, cleaning any dirt off, sorting the nut, and then use strings on with the when you have a lacquered maple board. I don't know about bare maple. There's very few guitars I know that have that, and I haven't worked on any of them. So, yeah. There must be a reason why it's not common to have bare maple, and it does show dirt and attract dirt and sweat and all that stuff. So I'd imagine you would want to get that cleaned. Anyway, strings on. I've got strings on, not stretched or roughly in tune. And I'm just going to try and get the bridge somewhat balanced. Just kind of roughing it in really, and then I can get it right when I'm in the next room plugged into a tuner. How much does that come up? Not a lot. See, oh, what can you see? So it's something like that. I'm looking for it to be more like that. See that difference there? To get a semitone on the high E. See, it's still a wee bit off still. So do another wee turn. Of course, it'd be wildly out of tune now. Let's see if that out. Yeah. So I think at this point I'm going to tune it up and see how much it pulls the bridge up in tune. Actually, I know where my tuner is. I'll be 2 seconds. Just my tuner I use for tuning acoustics, really. Not meant for this at all. Because like I say, I'm just kind of roughing it in on camera because, you know, I like filming in here rather than like if I'm doing this stuff properly, I like filming it in here rather than in the living room. Like I say, the action and relief, all that stuff isn't set yet, so I'll worry about that when I can get the bridge doing what I want it to do. No, you're still in tune. So, bridge is sitting more how I'd like to see it, so starts to come up a little bit. Again, I've said it like a million times already, this is purely just roughing it in. I'm not trying to get it anywhere close at the moment. Just close enough that when it's plugged into a good tuner, that takes a lot less time to balance it, rebalance. That's what I'm looking for. Got to do it the arm to make it easier. Things falling all over the place. Like I say, it's roughly inching. That's what I want to see. So that's just past F on the tuner. Yeah, it's really close. Still feeling a little stiff, but I don't know if that's just because it's a 6 screw rather than the 2-point. Does this flutter like a Floyd Rose spoon? Not really, but so maybe a bit too far forward, but I don't know if you can see on camera. Get the arm out of the way. Just how much your hands come up. Just to get that high E string to go from your knee to an F when you So yeah, I am pretty happy with that. I'm just going to get on with the rest of the setup. There's really not much to do except stretch the strings, set the action, intonation and pickup height, and then rebalance this so that it's working like that but in tune. Yeah, so I'll come back when I'm doing that. Yeah, there's like zero relief in the neck as well. The action's kind of not all over well, the saddles are all over the place, but the action's actually not terrible. Anyway, I'll come back. Right, you can probably tell setup in my living room's changed a wee bit. So that's the Strat done. Got a trem floating nicely, so a wee bit fret buzzy, but it's okay not as it is. So usual action measurement is 2mm on the bass side and 1.5 on the treble side, thereabouts. Pickup height's about 2.5mm because Fender single coils are pretty powerful. A lot of single coils are powerful, so never mind. Yeah, all that jazz. All you do is put the back plate on and that's this thing ready to go. Set up with 9s and it's really quite lovely. Oh, we're done. I just turned the volume down too much. So yeah, that's this wee bad boy done.